Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Monica Khetarpal. I am Associate Professor of Physics in Government Dungar College, Bikaner. Students, today we will discuss about Hamilton-Jacobi method. Before discussing Jacobi method, I am going to give you a brief review of canonical transformation. Students, we have learnt about canonical transformation in our previous lectures. Canonical transformation means that we have a given set of coordinates and we want to change this set of coordinate to a new set of coordinate which is more convenient to us. For example, if we have a central force problem and suppose this central force problem is given in xy coordinates, that means Cartesian coordinates, then we can transform from Cartesian coordinates to polar coordinates because central force problem can be easily solved in r theta, that is polar coordinates. And we know that the relation between r theta and xy coordinate is r is equal to under root x square plus y square and tan theta equal to y by x. So, we can transform from a given set to a more convenient set, and this transformation means canonical transformation. And in Hamilton method, in addition to coordinate, we have also to transform momenta. The old set of coordinates, as I have already stated in my previous lectures, that old set of coordinates, they are denoted by small q, small p, and Hamiltonian in this set of coordinate is denoted by capital H. Capital H is the Hamiltonian in old set of coordinate. And the new set, it will be denoted by capital QJ, capital PJ, and in this new set of coordinate, the Hamiltonian is denoted by capital K. So, what we have to do, we have to switch from old set H, which is a function of small q, small p, to a new set capital K, which is a function of capital Q and capital P. This is our main aim in Jacobi method. For this transformation, there are two methods. The first method, which we have already discussed, is that we transform from old set to a new set in which the coordinates are cyclic. That means momenta are constant. So, we change from old set to new set in such a way that our number of coordinates reduces. That means our mathematical problem becomes easier because we have to deal with less number of coordinates. And this approach we have already discussed in the generalized momenta, that means in a cyclic coordinate. The second method which we will deal today is the Hamiltonian-Jacobi method. That means we have to transform from old coordinates and momenta, that means small q and small p, to a new set of coordinate which are their initial values. Let the initial values be denoted by Q0, P0. Initial values means that time t equal to 0. So, our transformation equation will be Q, which will be a function of initial values Q0, P0 and T, and the momentum will also be a function of initial values. Small p will be function of Q0, P0 and T. So this is our desired solution of the mechanical problem. Now we will derive the Hamiltonian-Jacobi differential equation. In fact, partial differential equation. We know that there are 2n Hamilton equation. The Hamilton's equation are capital Qj equal to capital Qj dot equal to del k upon del Pj and capital Pj dot equal to minus del k upon del Qj. These are my Hamilton equation of motion. Now, if we assume that new Hamiltonian, which we have denoted here by capital K, if it is 0, then these transformation equations as K is 0, so Qj naught will be 0 and Pj naught will be 0. And from these two equations on integration, I get my new coordinate Qj and new momenta Pj to be constant in time. That means these coordinates Qj and Pj, capital Qj and Pj, they are cyclic in this technique. So now we know that the relation between the new and old Hamiltonian is capital K equal to H plus del F upon del T. We have already discussed about the function F, which is a generating function, and this generating function, it connects old set of coordinates to the new set of coordinates. And this function F is a function of old and new set. That means it can affect the transformation from old set to a new set. This function F is called generating function. And this function F has the four forms. The first form was F1. F1 means dependence on small q, capital Q and T. The second form of generating function was F2, dependence on small q, capital P and T, and the third form was F3, small p, capital Q and T. And the fourth form of generating function was F4, dependent on small p, capital P and T. Since we have taken k to be equal to 0, so substituting it to be equal to 0, and H is the Hamiltonian in old set of coordinates. So we have H dependence on small q, small p and T, and let us take the function F to be of second form. That means F is a function of small q, capital P and T. So making a change in which small pj here is replaced by del f. Small pj will be del f upon del qj. H depends on q. There are n values of q. So I can write h as q1 till qn, and in spite of p, del f by del q1 till del f by del qn, and time, plus del f by del t, and f is a function of small q, capital P and t. From here we can see that it is a partial differential equation. Now we are going to find on how much variables this depends. As in this expression there are n variables of q. That means it depends on n variables. And del f by del q, since this del f by del q, it is related to pj by this expression, and capital P, it is constant. So this expression will be a function of only n plus 1 variable, n for q and 1 is for t. This expression is obtained by replacing small p by del f by del q. And in f we have q, capital P and t, where capital P is constant. Before substituting small p as del f by del q, we have our expression expressed by equation 2, which is h dependent on small q, small pt plus del f by del t. We can see that this expression is a function of 2n plus 1 variables, n for small q, n for small p, and 1 is for time. So in moving from equation 2 to equation 3, we have reduced the number of variables by n. That means we have simplified our mathematical problem. So we can easily solve the Hamiltonian Jacobi equation, which is a partial differential equation, and this expression, equation 3rd, this is termed as Hamilton-Jacobi equation. The solution of Hamilton-Jacobi equation is termed as Hamilton principal function, and we will denote this Hamilton principal function by capital letter S. So we have obtained a new method to solve a mechanical problem easily, so that we can reduce the number of coordinates. The first method which we have dealt earlier is to transform from a set to a new set in which coordinates are cyclic, and today we have discussed another method in which we have transformed from one set to another set in which we have substituted, in spite of small p, del f by del q, and we have attained an equation which is termed as Hamilton-Jacobi equation. In our next lecture, we will derive the solution of this Hj equation, that means Hamilton-Jacobi equation. So I hope, students, that you must have learnt about this topic clearly what I stated you today. Thanks a lot for watching.